Hello internet, it's Gutsy Cosplayer here. This is my first YouTube video, so apologies on poor quality and possible poor audio. I am doing this on my tablet. It's actually been propped up by my marker pens at the moment. But I thought, as it's my first video, I may as well do like an introduction. So basically learn about me. So the other day on Facebook I put the fact I've got a new channel, and I asked people to give me questions and I'm going to answer them. As simple as that. QA session. So without further ado, basically it's going to be some general questions and then some cosplay related questions. So first question was, how old am I? I'm 33. Yeah, I'm really old, considering all my cosplay friends are all like in their teens. Secondly, what did I eat last? Well, on this plate was spaghetti bolognese, which was well tasty because I made it. Number 3, pineapple on pizza, yes or no? I would say no, because I don't like pineapple. Simple as that. Now, I don't mind other people having pineapple on pizza. They can do what they like with it. They can eat it as long as they don't make me eat it. Number 4, what is my favourite song right now? I'd have to probably say, and this is going to sound really camp, but Holding Out for a Hero. Now I say this because I'm actually going to be using this song in one of my next masquerade performances, but it's not going to be quite what you think. So stay tuned for after Manchester MCM, let's put it that way. Number 5, do I have any pets? Right, I do have a pet. I have a cat. Come here. Here he is. This is Loki. This is my Norwegian forest cat. Say hello to the camera, Loki. There you go. Right, he is absolutely massive. Well, he's a Norwegian forest after all, and they're meant to be big. And he's got a mouth on him, let's put it that way, because 4:30 in the morning. It's not a wake-up time, idiot. Number 6, can I play a musical instrument? Yes, I can play 2. I can play the keyboards, and according to my mum, I can play my mouth. So take with that what you will. Alright, I've got a few cosplay related questions. So number 1, how did I find out about cosplay? I found out about cosplay when I attended a convention about 15 years ago. Back in the day, Comic-Con, or Autographica as some people know it as, used to be called Memorabilia. Now I went to Memorabilia and I was basically there with a friend, with my mum, and we went around and bought some stuff, and we saw a few people in costume, and I thought, that sounds interesting, but at the time I was in school and I didn't have the time or the money to get into cosplay, so that's where I found out about it, but I never really thought about it until a few years ago. Next question, what was it like when I cosplayed for the first time? It was nerve-wracking. Really was nerve-wracking. I went to a charity event down at the Wolverhampton Centre in Manchester, in Wolverhampton, where I did some charity for Macmillan Cancer Support, I believe it was. And I was dressed as a really shit Neo from the Matrix. I'm talking, I had New Rock boots on, I had goth style trousers with chains on, I had a really tight t-shirt on which did not flatter my figure, a long black leather jacket and a cowboy Stetson hat and some sunglasses. That was about it. I was gothed up to the nines going to a charity event in Wolverhampton. Number 3, what makes you look at a character and say, I'm going to cosplay that? I just look at the character and I don't even take what they look like into account. I take their personality into account more. Now, this has been the case for nearly all of my cosplays except for one. I took on Jiraiya because he was just a funny character to do. He was a bit of a perv, well, what can I say, he is he's a massive perv. And I just wanted to bring that side of me out a little bit. Now, I don't mind doing Jiraiya, and I do have a lot of fun portraying Jiraiya. And I actually met my girlfriend dressed as Jiraiya, so he's actually helped me out a lot. The other costumes I've got Grell, who helps bring out my flirtatious side. She is a hell of a character to cosplay, because you can basically do anything with her, and as long as you've got the red hair, the chainsaw and the glasses, you're pretty much set. Now, I saw my next cosplay, which was Koro Sensei from Assassination Classroom. I actually found this anime through a friend of mine who suggested I watch it, and I did. And I just saw him and I thought, I can recreate that. I can do the head, I can do the tentacles, I can do everything with it. Now, I just made it out of cloth material and a shit ton of newspapers. And I mean, I must have gone through at least 2 copies of The Sun, because basically that's what that paper's useful for, is basically making crap. But yeah, I made him, and he just seemed like a fun character. He seemed really lovable, really enjoyable to do, and thankfully he paid off, because I won Anime Gaming Con in Manchester. I won their Masquerade first place on Sunday, which was a shock for me, because I actually took the costume off right before the judging was announced, so I had to partially put the costume back on to go and collect my prize. So you see me in a head with a white shirt and black trousers on, and it looks really strange. But yeah, if you go over to my Facebook page, which is Tales of a Gutsy Cosplayer, you'll find him over there, and you'll find some hilarious pictures of me as Koro Sensei. The last costume I did, which I've just done, was Taokaka from Blaze Blue. Now, I found Taokaka on a website called Anime Character Generator. Now, I just put in a load of statistics into the generator and it spat out Taokaka at me. And I thought, that's crazy, because it looked perfect for me. It looked exactly what I wanted to do, and it's paid off. I mean, Taokaka is really, really well received by most of the community. Now, I've had 1 or 2 people come back at me saying, oh, Taokaka's a girl, you're a guy, you shouldn't be doing that. I just tell them to go and stuff off. I said, I will cosplay who I damn well please. So take that advice, actually. Take the advice and cosplay who you want. Doesn't matter about your skin tone, your gender, how you portray yourself, or anything like that. Just do what makes you happy, and this is exactly why I got into cosplay in the first place. So, right, next question. What is my current favourite cosplay? I've got to say Taokaka. Even though Koro Sensei is probably the most fun, I find that Taokaka is one of these cosplays where I can do a little bit more with her. I mean, if you have a look at the videos, and I will link a couple of videos down in the description, of basically in Wolverhampton last week, the YouTubers Pizza Game Funtimes, you know, they are a right laugh, these two. They put Blaze Blue on their big screen projector, and I was stood in front of the projector fighting a character who was playing as Lai Chi Fei Ling, or as Taokaka knows, Booby Lady. Now, as I said, I'll put the link down below, and you just take from that what you will. I think you'll find it rather entertaining. But yeah, Taokaka seems to be my favourite at the moment, but I am working on others, but with time constraints and money, it's going to be a while before they get done. What is your favourite moment in Naruto featuring Jiraiya? I'd have to say when Jiraiya gets kicked in the face by Guy Sensei. Guy Sensei doesn't have a clue who he is, and he just kicks him square in the face and puts him halfway through a wall. Now the next question is from a friend of mine who actually cosplays Orochimaru. Now, obviously I play Jiraiya, my girlfriend does Tsunade, and this guy does Orochimaru, and he's asked, excluding Jiraiya and Tsunade, who is my favourite sardine? That doesn't really leave much room for wiggle, does it? But Orochimaru, he is a cracking character. You really, really want to hate him, but there's something about him that you just want to know what happens next to the guy. And if you haven't watched Naruto yet, go and watch it, and you'll see what I mean. Number 7, what is the biggest surprises that can happen at conventions? Basically, that's the one we're down to anything. I've seen people just break out into song and dance. I've seen people do conga lines. I've seen people do skits there and then in the arena or wherever the costume, whatever the convention is. And there's been some really weird stuff going on. I mean, on YouTube there's plenty of videos that are about conventions, and you should really check some of them out. Number 8, if you could be one of your cosplays for real, who would it be and why? I would probably say Koro Sensei. Reason being, I love the character, and I've always wanted to be a teacher. Now, being a teacher is a partial dream of mine, but through cosplay I'm teaching people how to portray their characters, how to make props, giving them advice, and that's what teaching is. And eventually I do want to do it more full time, but that may come for a long time away yet. 9, how did I get into cosplay? I actually got into cosplay by watching Naruto, and I just saw Jiraiya and I thought I can cosplay that, and I just went out, bought the costume and portrayed the character as best I could. How did I feel attending my first convention? My first convention in cosplay was Jiraiya in 2014 at MCM Birmingham. Now that was a big step for me because I am really, really shy normally when I'm out and about in normal clothing. But something about that convention changed me. It was the fact that I could be somebody else for a while and not have to worry about me or my problems. And obviously if you do have problems, try and find an outlet for them. So next question, what inspires you? It's not what, but who. The person who inspires me the most is my mum. Now, she will probably never ever watch this video. Actually, she might, she's on Facebook. Ah, crap. Anyway, Mum, you inspire me. You encourage me to do what I want to do that makes me happy. You encourage me to break the walls. You encourage me to go out there, make friends, and be who I want to be. You've never stopped me from doing what I want to do. The only time you ever will stop me is if it's illegal, and you know that'll never happen. So, Mom, thank you. Thank you for letting me be me. Next question, what is your favourite part of cosplay? I'd probably say seeing people's faces when I've finally done a decent costume. I love cosplay. I love seeing the smiles on people's faces when one of their favourite characters walks past. And I've experienced it. I've experienced smiling faces, and the one memory that will burn into my head is the fact that when I was in Telford as Koro Sensei for the first time, a little girl came up to me. She was only 3, and she was dressed as, I believe it was Rey from one of the new Star Wars films. I'm not a Star Wars fan, I do apologise, and if you unsubscribe from me now I understand why. But she was dressed as Rey, and she saw me and she hugged me. She had a smile on her face from ear to ear, and she hugged me. She hadn't got a clue who I was, but there was something about her smile which made my entire day. So that's what cosplay is to me. How did I start making my own cosplays? Now I've only made 2. I made Miss Magius and I made Koro Sensei. Miss Magius was basically a trial run to see if I could actually do it, and I had to hand sew Miss Magius, and it was a pain in the arse, and if anybody sews and makes their own cosplay, you'll know what I'm on about. But I made it with my mum's help, and I made the head and I made the hat and I made everything for it, and I was really proud of it. And I found tutorials online and on YouTube about how to make some certain aspects of my cosplays, and I just followed the tutorials and I really enjoyed it. It's the same for Koro Sensei, but it was a bit more advanced. So I took what I learnt from doing Miss Magius, took out of the mistakes I made, and made Koro Sensei instead. And Koro Sensei has been a massive influence on my life and on other people's lives, because a friend of mine, who most of you will know, Donald Manning, he's an awesome photographer, and he sent me a picture, and it was a picture of, I believe, 2 little girls who were playing Undertale characters, and those characters, when they saw Koro Sensei and had their photo taken, the caption he put underneath is, "Look at how your cosplay makes people feel," or something along those lines. Number 14. This is quite a strange question, because I can't actually answer this. It's, how did I become such an amazing human being? I'm not amazing. I'm not fabulous. I'm not special. I'm not out there. I'm not confident. I'm not what you would consider anything different to any common or garden person. I just like cosplay and I enjoy doing it. I help people out when they need help. I'm there when people need me. It's basically life that's been drilled into me by my mum. And that's it. I'm just a nice guy who exists. That's probably going to sound strange to people, but that's the way it is. Just basically be a good person and good things will happen. Well, that's the end of my questions, and it made me think, do people really see me as some sort of cosplay expert? And I'd probably say no, because I'm not an expert. I just do what I want to do, be with people who make me happy, and that's it. I mean, because if you can't do things that make you happy, then you're going to be one really, really sad person. And I don't like seeing people sad. So if anybody out there actually wants to talk to me, or ever wants to chat with me, you've got me on Facebook. You've probably got me on Instagram as well. And if you don't, I'll put my Facebook pages down in the description. And that's basically it. That's just me in a near enough 20-minute nutshell. So let me leave you with this one thought. If you can't be yourself, be someone else for a while. You might find that you actually do want to go back to being yourself again. But if you don't want to be yourself, be who you want to be. That's basically it. That's just life. So, thanks for listening to the video and watching the video, because it is actually a video this time. And let's be real. See you soon.